Today in our 2015 Toyota Tacoma, we're going to show you how to install the pop and lock custom locking tailgate handle. This has the black finish and a manual lock. Part number is PAL 5500. Now, turning counterclockwise and bringing our key back to center will allow us to remove it, and our tailgate will remain unlocked. When we're ready to seal everything up, turn it that other way. It should be clockwise, bring it back to center. And now while the handle will still move, it's not actually going to work the mechanism and open our tailgate up. Now the first thing we want to do is get a T30 Torx bit, and we're going to start removing the screws here on the back of the tailgate holding on the access panel. Now we can set those aside, and we're going to lift up on the bottom of the access panel and then slide it toward the tailgate. Just like that. It'll come out from underneath that top cover. Now here we can see the back of our OEM tailgate handle. Now we need to separate these rods. So what we're going to do is push on the plastic clips, and then we can rotate those out of the way, and then we just from that point just lift the bar right out. Do the same thing here on the top side. That right out. And now if it's equipped with a backup camera, as this one is, we're going to take out the two 10mm bolts. We've got one here and one here. And that one, we'll set those aside. We're going to be putting those right back in. We can pull the camera up. We're just going to let it hang out over here for a second. And then we can see one and two more bolts that we'll have to remove the OEM handle. Now we want to kind of hang on to it so it doesn't fall out on us. And now there's two black tabs right up here on the top. We've got one right here and one right here. They're real easy to push, nice and flexible. We just want to move that as so they're kind of sheet metal, and the handle will just rotate right out, just like that. Now you can see here the pop lock handle is almost an exact OEM looking handle. The handle itself is a little bit shorter here to accommodate the lock. And on the back side, it's going to have the same type of factory connections, and then the lock bar here that will come over and keep that from moving. Once in the locked position, it won't engage the handle. Switch it the other way, it will. Now before we do anything with our handle, we want to take the rubber gasket off the back side here. See, it's just on those little pins that stick out. It's going to go all the way across and back up the other side here. Bring in the new handle. Now we want to get that lined back up with the pinholes. It's nice that this is a custom design, because then everything bolts right back in, or can be placed right back in where it came from. We don't have to do any modification or customization with it. Now for the driver's side latch rod that runs across here, we need to flip this end for end. So we're going to want this end on this side, this end on this side. Easy to do. We've got a small clip here. We want to separate it from that, just like that. And then right over here where it connects into the latch, we're going to have the same style of mechanism that we had on the actual latch handle, where we'll just spin that little clip around. And we can lift it right up and out. Flip it as it says, end for end. We'll slide that back in. And we'll just rotate that clip back in place. Now it doesn't appear that we're going to be reusing our middle clip here. No big deal there. Now we'll take the new pop and lock handle, bring that right up through the bottom like we did when we removed the other one. We want the two little tabs on our gasket to catch there. And we'll just thread two of our bolts back in right into the existing hardware in the latch handle there. We can get those secured. And then we're also going to put our backup camera back into place. Now when placing that in, we've got a small cover that we're going to remove. You can see right here and right here there's a little locking tab. So we'll press in on the tab and out on that cover. That'll open up our access hole that our backup camera will fit right down into. And we've just got to line our holes up and we'll reinstall our bolts here. All right. Now we'll put our latches back into place, or our latch rods. All right, system seems to be working fine here. Let's open and close our tailgate just to make sure. That's really all there is to it. Now we're ready to put that access panel back in. Now just like before, we're gonna slide the top up underneath this top cover to start with. Get all of our holes lined up, and then we can just put our Torx bits right back in where they came out of. The larger ones, the ones with the larger heads, like this one, go in the top rail up here, and the ones with the smaller heads are gonna go in the rest of it. All right, it's really just that quick. Maybe take you 20, 25 minutes to get it done. That's gonna complete today's installation of the Pop and Lock custom locking tailgate handle, part number PAL 5500 on our 2015 Toyota Tacoma.